Yo guys, how's it going? Mad Gaz here, and for today's video I want to talk to you about the wonder weapons inside of the zombie mode on Black Ops 3. Now, a lot of you know that the wonder weapon in Shadows of Evil is the Apothecant Servant gun, where you build it from parts of the Magua parts and stuff like that. But yeah, that's besides the point where I'm trying to get at here. A lot of people probably don't know this, but after the PC version got released, it was easy enough to find the files of the certain weapons and the wonder weapons inside of each individual map. Now, this may come as a surprise to some, but each map has its own set of weapons that are used for that map and that map only. I'll put an image on the screen now, which I have decrypted all of the weapons for the Eisendrache, and you can see it ranges from 1 to 160, sorry, 0 to 160, and not every slot has a weapon in there, so you can't actually scroll through every single one. But towards the end of the list, you'll see that all of the bows and stuff are there on that respective map. Now, these won't be the same for Shadows of Evil. The back end of the list will be the wonder weapons, but obviously the wonder weapons will change. So inside of Shadows of Evil, I was playing around with this, and the numbers changed slightly, but at the end of the list, towards the 130 to the 160 part, were the wonder weapons. Now, the wonder weapons that were for Shadows of Evil were as follows. We had obviously the Apothecant Servant, which we already know about, but we had this other one, which was called the Interdimensional Gun. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this was just a beta version or a prototype of the Apothecant Servant, but what was cool about this was it does not fire any sort of portal. It fires just like an explosive blast that looks like it's going to form a portal, but it doesn't. Now, this is all fair and said and done, so each list, each compiled list of codes points to what weapons are for each map. Now, this is what gets interesting. Inside of the codes for Shadows of Evil, there is the code for the WUNDERWAFFE. Now, why is the WUNDERWAFFE inside of Shadows of Evil? I mean, it's a fully working gun, it's fully functional and stuff like that, but why is it in there? The only time you need the WUNDERWAFFE in Black Ops 3 so far is in the Giant, and the Giant has completely different coding as well, with its own set of wonder weapons, and the only one it has is the WUNDERWAFFE, and I think it's the Annihilator as well. That's a secret weapon as well. But inside of Shadows of Evil, in that code for the game, it has the WUNDERWAFFE in it as well. The Eisendrache doesn't have the code for the WUNDERWAFFE, but Shadows of Evil does. Now, it may be easy enough just to say it's leftover code from the game from the Giant, but I don't see how they could do that, because considering each sort of weapons arrangement compiled code contains the codes that point to what weapon is going to be needed in the game. Hence why in the Eisendrache, all you get is the bows and stuff like that. Like the image I showed on screen before showed you the bows exactly where they are placed in the code. But in Shadows of Evil, the code changes and we have a WUNDERWAFFE in there for some strange reason. So is the WUNDERWAFFE maybe the extra hidden wonder weapon that we have yet to find inside of Shadows of Evil? Now, we know that the Apothecant Servants can be upgraded, and they have upgraded names as well. But is the WUNDERWAFFE an extra one in there that we may have not already found, or may just be a glitch? Like I say, guys, it could just be leftover code, but I don't really think it is. And what is the Interdimensional Gun all about? Why is that in there? What is all that about? I know it's just literally the Apothecant Servant, but is it the prototype version? Is it the upgraded version that we've been looking for? I'm not entirely sure exactly what all this means, guys, but I just thought I'd share it with you today because I found it really interesting that each map has its own set of codes that point to different weapons that the game will have. So like I say, I'll put the image back on screen now. The first half of the codes leading up to 1 to 100 are pretty much the standard weapons that all the maps will have. You can see some of the deleted weapons in there as well. But the ones to the back of these numbers up until the 160 mark is where all the wonder weapons are hidden. So I'm going to go through and see if I can find everything out in Shadows of Evil, just see what actually is there and why this wonder weapon is there. Like I say, guys, as always, hit that like button, comment down below what you think of this. Why do you think the WUNDERWAFFE is accessible in Shadows of Evil? If you are new to my channel, please subscribe and continue to dropkick your grandma.